How are you doing, my dear professor? It's good to see you.
Well, I'm doing very, very well, Alex. As you know, I'm starting my campaign for running for the Carpinteria City Council. Everything's going well, and you are my
Good. It's
trusty
about time you do something.
you are my
About time.
trusty campaign manager, all the
Oh,
way
thank you.
from Virginia. And when we win, we'll be laughing from one coast to the other. Yeah.
I'm laughing right now. I don't know about you guys. Enough of this personal mushy stuff between you and how you're. I want to hear, what are your thoughts on the escalating violence? I mean, it doesn't feel like a week passes by where I don't see a bloody pulp of some guy that got beat up by some street mob in Portland. I mean, and just the casual, even of so-called respected leftists, how benign they are about the death of Trump. Like, tragically, President Trump's brother Robert Trump passed away in a hospital, and I was reading this article cataloging all these responses. I mean, horrible responses, basically saying,
Hashtag wrong Trump.
Yeah, exactly. That got trending for a little bit. I mean, that's just truly vile that you wish more people would die. I mean,
And 3 or 4 people have lost their jobs by just tweeting or posting on Facebook that they wish he dies or he's killed, he's assassinated. One I read this morning was Trump needs to go. He needs to take in a night at Ford's Theater. He needs to go to Ford's Theater, and that person was removed from their. They lost their job over that.
I mean, usually when you call to violence, you don't want to associate with that person. Generally, I mean, I don't mind working with Democrats, liberals, Republican, communists, whatever. But if you're, saying we need to take out this guy, that's really, really troubling. And we should talk. I want to dive a little bit deeper into that subject, and I think the best way to do it is to talk about money. And so, guys, please donate to us. We'd really appreciate that. One-time donation via PayPal be very graciously accepted. And also, you could do Patreon. That's also greatly accepted. The link below. And also, if you're interested in seeing this guy actually as a public official, I would recommend donating to him and his campaign. So please do that as soon as you can on his website, which is not up yet, but will be. So stay tuned and follow him on social media. And also, please make sure to like, follow, subscribe, and tell all your friends about it organically. Really appreciate your help. Greatly.
By the way, we're up to 21,500 downloads. So by the end of next week, we'll be at 22,000 downloads and 258 episodes. Can you believe that?
Wow. Wow. We've been doing this a long time. Nobody's killed us yet. Wow. Okay. Good. Yeah.
And thank you to the fans who are very loyal, downloading.
Wonderful people. Thank you.
And the analytics show that people are listening 7, 8, 9, 10 times the same episode.
It's not just you, right? Anyway, getting back to violence.
They want to kill Donald Trump. They want to kill him, and now they have a new predicate. They think now he's using the post office to cheat the election, and then he's going to stay in power because he's going to declare the election to be moribund and invalid and corrupt. And so he's going to stay in power a year or 2 or 3 till it all blows over. And now they have to kill him because he's now an illegitimate president. He has no constitutional authority. He's a dictator, and now we have to just kill the guy.
See, you can really feel them sowing the seeds right now for discontent for the next election cycle, because I guarantee you, even if screwy business does not happen, it'll be sort of like the new Russia. They'll talk about this mail-in.
I got to ask you something. We both know a lady. She actually prays that Donald Trump will be assassinated. Now, you and I know this person, and she prays that he will be assassinated. And then when you point out that this is very unchristian, she said, "Oh no, I don't mean that. I don't mean that." That she tries to walk it back. But can anybody out there explain to me why you would want to kill Donald Trump? I don't understand that.
I think that if you bombard yourself with, at this point, the media really is nothing but propaganda. It really is nothing else. When you bombard yourself with, this is the cause of all our problems. Now, a libertarian will say, oh, it's the overreach of the state. A conservative will say, well, it's people falling into degeneracy. A far leftist person will say, it's capitalism. And, they'll talk about a system. And if you talk to a Christian, they'll say it's sin, whatever. But when you talk to a person who is bombarded by the media, by CNN, by New York Times, Washington Post, all these things, which only are in lockstep that this is the source of all problems, is Trump and the Republicans. Yeah. Trump and the Republicans. Your brain starts to break and it starts to deny reality.
Yeah,
because they're not reporting reality.
Did you read Victor Davis Hanson's piece today, where he reviews the whole Trump presidency and the whole phenomenon of Trump all the way through? And it's interesting that he develops the point you just made. And he makes a distinction between the never Trumpers in the Rhino camp, who, for instance, there are going to be several people like John Kasich, who's going to be speaking the next Monday at the Democrat convention, and Mitt Romney, and
Mitt Romney is also going to. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he will be. So what the Rhinos have done, what the Republican Party Rhino squad, or wing, if you want to call them that, they have allowed, and I hate to use the word empower, but they have green lighted or green lit, go kill Donald Trump. They have made that.
I think they've done it inadvertently, though. I want to make this distinction. See,
no, I think they've done it consciously. I think
no. And here's my reason why. I think that they are fundamentally disconnected with the American people. I do not think they realize that, because these are people on Twitter. They can see they see both sides, and they choose to ignore the facts, the reality presented by the right. The people who are listening to them, the average CNN viewer, the average New York Times, they really feel like they're getting an objective view of reality. And, there is a lack of self-awareness. There is one CNN segment where, what's his face? Brian Stelter actually said, there's no, Fox News and all these right-wing things are dedicated to destroying Joe Biden, but nothing's dedicated to destroying Trump. I mean, this is like, he's saying this on CNN, like, God, dude, like, pay attention. So I really don't think they realize how unhinged the left is. They have not been canceled themselves by the left. They have not been given death threats by the left. They just don't realize how out for blood some of these leftists are and how
I disagree with you. I think they realize it.
Well, all of them, or some of them?
I think Romney does. I think John Kasich does. Just the two that we're talking about.
No, I disagree with I think that the people in the Rhino camp, I think that they are just in la la land. They really do see.
I don't buy that at all.
I think that they are in a fantasy reality. They think that they can win by being nice. They think that they can just, they've been doing the same technique their whole life just by being nice.
They want power back by saying, we got rid of Trump for you. That's the undertone. We got rid of Trump for you. We joined you in the process of getting rid of him. Now, how you want to get rid of him, that's your business. We, like a collective Pontius Pilate, we wash our hands like a collective Pontius Pilate.
Interesting perspective. I disagree. I don't think that the Rhino Romney or the Don Lemon, Brian Stelter, I don't think that they want blood per se, but I think that all of them, they'll have some tweets saying, oh, we're so sad. Oh, so sorry. Oh, this is tragedy. Oh, terrible tragedy. But I think deep down, because they have rotted their own soul so much, it's really sad to see them just rot themselves and their moral being so much. Yeah. That I think that there will be a little bit of giddiness in them, which is really quite
I hope you're right, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I'm sincerely.
I hope we're both wrong. Yeah. And it turns out they want. I'll give you a little anecdote. I remember in middle school, a friend of mine. We both came from very conservative homes. A friend of mine drew some picture. He was in middle school. He's just being a dumb kid. Drew some picture of somebody saying, let's assassinate Obama or something like that. Mm-hmm. And his mom, when she saw that, she flipped out. She got very upset at him. And she's a very conservative person. Mm-hmm. And You know, I thought it was, you know, I just took it as a joke. I was a dumb middle school person too. And I really took that to heart that, you know, you don't joke about assassinating public figures, no matter how much you politically disagree with them.
No.
And, you know, you dislike their policies. Even if you don't like them as a person, they're still human beings. They're still people. And it just boggles my mind that so many people would be so flippant and so fiendish, I would say, about killing the president or any, you know, politician, no matter how much you disagree with them. That's very, very chilling, I find.
I never thought I would live to see the day when it would not only be widespread in the population, but it would be something that the so-called mainstream media promotes. They're promoting.
My father, I'll use this last story. My father went to Berkeley, California, and during the 80s.
Right.
He was having lunch, and on the TV it announced that President Reagan got shot, that he was just assassinated. People in that restaurant stood up and clapped.
Right.
Like people were cheering and whooping and stuff like that. I mean, granted, this is Berkeley, California, but still, this goes to show that, I mean, this is what really drives me crazy, is that the hatred and the vindictiveness has always been there. Trump did not start it. He simply ripped off the mask and showed us that it was there. And everyone's like the Mitt Romney, Kasich people think that it's all because of Trump and that he started it. They were too stupid to realize when, you know, they were campaigning against Obama, that it was there. That anger, that vindictive, vile venom against them was there. Trump, all he did is bring it out for the world to see. So I'll end on that note unless you have something else.
You know, I have to agree with you on that, but this is the reason why for the last 5 decades I've been predicting that there will be a shooting civil war, a bloody shooting civil war, certainly in your lifetime, maybe not in mine. I don't have much time on the clock left, but you do. And and gun sales are over the top. Both sides are arming. Now they're using explosives, high-grade explosives in Portland. Police are surrendering and leaving the jobs. So the thin blue line is not going to be able to keep the right and the left extremists apart. So there will be a shooting civil war. And I think the number one target and the number one trigger will be a viable attempt on Trump's life before the election. Anyway, I hope it doesn't come to pass. We'll see. But thank you, Alex, as always. And thank you, fans, for bringing us almost to the 22,000 download. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
See you later, Alex. Bye-bye. Oh,
Cheers.
Congratulations on starting school tomorrow. Or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.